I had been planning to do this video for a while, but I noticed today that Truman had released on an already built, off the shelf, ready to ship Ink Cheaha. That's not how I got this. I got this on one of their last MTOs. I noticed they did an elk the other week on an MTO, the first that they'd done since the loyalty program was announced. But I've been looking for a blue boot for quite some time, and I thought that this would fit the bill. Let's just go through some of the MTO options. Obviously I've gone for eyelets and speed hooks, antique brass. I don't think there were many welt options, but I think that this really suits the boot. One of the best I've seen for Truman. Really, really good. The sole, I've gone for the Eugene sole. It's the first pair of Trumans that I've got with anything other than lug soles. And the reason why I did that was I thought that this boot with this leather, I'm not saying it's the sort of boot that you would wear with a suit, but it had a little bit more style, I thought, this leather. It's a very, very heavy leather. Probably not quite as thick as the Shrunken Bison that I reviewed recently. Have a look at that video. And it doesn't feel quite as tough as that leather either. What I would say about this leather is it's luxurious. It's one of the most luxurious leathers I've come across. It does have a waxy feel, which Truman point out. There is pull up. There was pull up with the Shrunken Bison, but if you want to see serious pull up, I'll do a video, maybe not the next one, but the one after that, and that's a boot with the most insane pull up I've ever seen. This is a Seidel leather. It's combination tanned. It's a bovine leather, which means that it's got the sort of temper and structure that's ideal for boot making. I think it must come from older bulls. I can't be certain of that, but if you compare it to box calf leathers, the likes of which I had for my Tricker Stow boot, also the Grant Stone Garrison boot, have a look at those videos. They are calf leathers and they're not as substantial as this at all. They scuff much more easily than this is going to do, but the break-in is going to be quite forgiving on this boot. Any comments about the Pisgah laces? I really like them, but as I've found, I've used other Pisgah laces on other boots and they just don't stay tied, even with a double bow and all sorts of tricky tying combinations. So should I go for these? This is a similar one. I think this one here is a Mindel issue. I'm not quite sure about these, but I was wondering whether maybe that would do the trick. I'm not a fan of leather laces, but any comments on that would be helpful. It's a very supple leather, as I say. Truman describe it as glossy. I wouldn't. It's got a bit of a shine and will probably shine up a little bit more, but glossy I wouldn't say. But it's not matte. It's a beautiful, beautiful leather. This is a heavy boot. If you're thinking about this for the release that was announced today, if you're in for a blue leather, don't hesitate. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.